Right, let's take you back to Diepkloof in Soweto, where Gauteng Finance MEC Lebogang Maile has just met with the family of that 5-year-old boy who has died after eating suspected contaminated food. 4 other children are being treated after falling violently ill. Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali joins us live from there with an update. Veronica, what is happening on the ground following that visit from Lebogang Maile, the discussions that is had with the family, any promises of what measures are being taken going forward?
Yeah, definitely promises made to the family, but also to South African public and specifically Gauteng residents. As we speak now, Aubrey, police have essentially done their bit in terms of clearing out the spaza shop. They have been here taking out each and every one of the items that they have found inside the establishment. This is, of course, prior to the health inspectors that were here earlier during the day that had taken those packets of chips that the children allegedly ate. The 5 children from Diepkloof here in Soweto in Zone 3 that left 4 of them currently in hospital and a 5-year-old Mnisi deceased. We spoke to the family earlier, Aubrey, and they essentially displayed their pain in regards to what has happened. And I'm going to just take an opportunity here to show you just what the police have managed to seize in terms of the products and the food coming out of this spaza shop. And this was, of course, right after the MEC spoke about the fact that they need to comply in regards to the 21 days order. Lots of comments coming from the MEC, but a clear indication of the MEC saying that come 21 days later, these kind of establishments, these illegal operations need to be shut down and they will be closed. The MEC, of course, saying that as a province, they are not going to yet implement a complete shutdown, as this would not be functional as for the community, but also really speaking there about the responsibility that communities have, the responsibility that residents have, given the many incidents that we've seen of foodborne illnesses, given the many spaza shops that even we as Newzroom Afrika have covered in regards to the operations, the deplorable conditions of them, the food that has been sold. But I'm going to speak now to the councillor of this community, Mayor Brenda. Thank you so much for your time. We heard the MEC there speaking about the responsibility that communities have to make sure spaza shops like these are not operating and that children and families are not buying from them. Any comments to that?
Thank you very much once more. Indeed, government cannot do it alone. The community have got responsibility, as well as the house owners. They've got responsibility to make sure that there's compliance, to make sure that our children are not buying old food. Some of the things you don't have to wait officials or government to come. You can see when you come in the shop that this is no. One, you see the old stock that is here. There is no paper that shows that this shop is legit. So I think it is true. Community must also stand up. But also our problem is community is divided. This community have been standing up trying to close spaza shop because they were afraid of such things. But when they close, tomorrow others come and they open. When they come this side, they've been trying this poor community because they also won't know. But I'm still maintaining that the owner of the house, they must also assist us. You see something's wrong. Somebody sleeping here. Somebody is selling bread here. I mean, hygienic, health hazard. It is not good. It's no. So I'm glad that he also make it that the community must stand up and take responsibility and assist the government. So it is said that we have to be here. This shop have to be closed because the poor kid, Mnisi's life was shattered. The 5-year-old. So Mina, I'll plead again with the community to say, please, you've got a spaza shop in your street. Don't put money first. Make sure that the spaza shop is compliance. Make sure when you buy bread, there's evidence there. I'm glad that the government gave the people 21 days, of which I know it will never happen. They'll never get it right. This is a serious issue. In terms of compliance, it's not like you're going to get something and you get it back today. There's a whole lot of processes that they must go through. But the sad story is the house owner, this house owner of this house, who gave them also her ID. They came to her and said they need ID and proof of residence, and she did that. So she gave them permission. That's the issue. And then I want to caution our people, please don't give the people your ID and what. Tomorrow, this house won't be house. Tomorrow, something's going to happen as we see. So they must be very careful when they give IDs. And how do you give somebody ID and you don't know what is he going to do? How does you know this person already have registered this house on his name with your ID and address, and tomorrow you'll be in trouble? That is my plea. But I want to commend my community that they've been up in arms. It's past 3 weeks, this community of Diepkloof Zone 3, they've been up in arms trying to caution. And I've called also public meeting and speak with them and say they must also take responsibility. They must assist us in terms of these things, because whatever we hear that children have passed on all over, I don't want it to happen in my ward. And definitely has scarce 3 days it happened. And I'm very sad, I must say. Condolences to the family.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Councillor. I really appreciate it. The plea to the community, despite the fact, as the Councillor said, that there has been ongoing communication and education to residents, there still needs to be more done in terms of countering the issue of these kinds of spaza shops, these kinds of establishments that are deeply rooted around townships in South Africa. And of course, Aubrey, you'd know that this recent incident, one child too many, again, having to see a grieving, heartbroken family making sense of the tragic loss of their child, and this happening just off the back of the ministers today having that briefing discussing and of course classifying this issue of foodborne illnesses, this issue of ongoing struggles in terms of identifying what it is that is going into communities as a national-wide disaster, and urging residents to be more vigilant in regards to this. But as I let you go, Aubrey, it's worth also mentioning, of course, that the family is now looking for essentially assistance and law enforcement to do their best in terms of that inquest that has now been opened in regards to the 5-year-old boy who has passed away. Police say investigations are underway, as well as determining exactly what could have caused that brutal and really heartbreaking death of a 5-year-old Siyabonga Mnisi. Back to you.
Veronica, thank you for that update. Parents, they wanting to know, when does it stop? When will their children stop dying? And when is enough enough? And what needs to be done to happen immediately? Of course, we're showing you footage there of police taking out food that is suspected to be contaminated, that perhaps could have contributed to the death of this child.